First of all, appreciate the fact that you guys are interested in improving and getting better. I know your season is about right around the corner, just like ours is. So we appreciate the fact that you come here and spend the day to try to improve and get better so that you can have more success for yourself and for your team. There's one thing that regardless of what level I'm a coach at, that I always tell players, you can do three things that take no ability. Number one, you can give effort. I hear the coaches talking about that. That means you're going to sustain every drill, you're going to finish every drill, you're going to strain your gut, because you're creating the kind of habit that will help you do that in the game. It takes no ability to give effort. It takes no ability to finish. It takes no ability to run through the line. It takes no ability to do everything 100% of the way you do it. The second thing is do you have the mental toughness to be able to sustain and perform in difficult circumstances? There are going to be difficult circumstances in the game. You're not going to win every play. You're going to have to play the next play. It's going to be difficult circumstances today. It's going to be hot. You're going to get tired. You're going to show the other team, put your hands on your knees and bend over and show the other team that you're tired. You're helping that guy beat you. So you got to have the mental toughness, the mental strength to be able to sustain things when things get difficult. That doesn't take any ability. That's a choice that you make. And the third thing is you got to be responsible to do your job. That means you know what to do, you know how to do it, you know why it's important to do it that way. So that's about being conscientious. Some people learn faster than others, but if you're conscientious, you're going to make sure you know before you go out in the field what you're supposed to do so that you can be accountable to do your job for your own benefit, but also you have a responsibility to be accountable to the other 10 guys you're playing with. That takes no ability. That's a choice that you make. But there is a prerequisite for all that. You got to be in condition. You got to get yourself in shape. When are you going to loaf? When you get tired. When are you going to make mental errors? When you get tired. When you're going to show the other guys beating you? When you get tired. So that's something that you have to be willing to do. Look, guys, every guy that comes to Alabama, I ask him this question. Why did you come to Alabama? And what do you want to accomplish and what do you want to do here? And you should ask yourself that. What do you want to accomplish in this season as a person in school? What do you want to accomplish? Once you figure that out, ask yourself the next question, because this is the next question I ask our guys. Do you understand what that entails? Do you know what you have to do to accomplish the goals that you have? That's called the process. It's a definition of what you have to do to accomplish the goals that you have. And then I would ask every player, are you satisfied with the progress that you're making towards your goals? And if the guy says yes, I'm going to ask him why. And he's going to tell me because he's doing the right things. Going to class every day, going to practice every day, knows what to do, responsible to do his job, working hard in the weight room, whatever it is. And if he says no, he's not satisfied with the progress he's making, I'm going to ask him why. And he's going to say, well, I missed too much class. I'm not working hard in the weight room. I really don't understand this offense or defense, so I can't go out and play fast. So you have to learn how to self-assess. That's why I ask those questions. Because you're not going to improve if you can't self-assess. And you got to have the discipline to execute it every day. So, all you guys got a certain level of talent. What you really need to understand is talent alone is not good enough. It's not good enough in school. It's not good enough in terms of you being a good person. It's not good enough for you to be an athlete that can be the best that you can be. Because eventually, you're going to get to the point where you meet somebody that has the same amount of talent that you do. Whether it's in high school, whether it's when you go to college, whether you get the opportunity to play at the next level someday, you're going to meet somebody that has the same amount of talent that you do. So what do you need to go with your talent? Mindset. You got to have the right mindset. You got to have resilience. You got to have work ethic. You got to have perseverance to be able to overcome adversity. You can't be a good competitor if you can't overcome adversity. You've got to have discipline to pay attention to detail and do the little things right and make the right choices and decisions. What is discipline? I'm talking about self-discipline. Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. Self-discipline, you answer hundreds of questions every day that come down to these two things. Here's something I know I'm supposed to do that I really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? Over here, there's something you know you're not supposed to do, but you want to do it. Can you keep yourself from it? So if you can make those choices and decisions the right way, you're going to be able to always stay on the right path and accomplish the goals that you have. If you don't make those decisions and choices and do what you feel like doing, because what I'm talking about is how many times you say, I don't feel like studying, I don't feel like making my bed, I don't feel like cleaning my room, I don't feel like practicing today. How many times you say that? What I'm talking about is crossing the bridge from doing what you feel like doing and choosing to do the things you need to do to accomplish the goals that you have. And if you can do that, you got a chance. And you know, it takes a little humility. You know, people who are going to be successful have humility. Because if you have humility, you always think about what? You always think there's a better way. You always think there's something that you can improve at. So what do? You listen to your parents, you listen to your teachers, you listen to your coaches, and you have gratitude that they are trying to help you find a better way. So you have great relationships with them. If you're arrogant and you think you're better than everybody else, you're not going to listen to your coaches, you're not going to listen to your parents. You're always going to have an excuse for why you did what you did, and you're not going to be able to improve. And you're not going to have good relationships with the people who are trying to help you. So those things are important to you bringing your talent to be the best that you can be. That's important. Being a competitor. If you're going to be a great competitor, you have to be able to focus on the next play. And you have to understand that what are you presenting to the guy you're competing against? The greatest story that I tell about this is, I don't know if you guys have heard of Marvin Hagler, but he was the middleweight champion of the world for 10 years. Hateful, great competitor, great boxer, tough ass. Nobody wanted to fight him. So I have a friend, when I was at Michigan State years ago, that was a middleweight. He got to be 17 and under. So he got an opportunity to fight Marvin Hagler for the middleweight championship. He was 17-1 dog in the fight, underdog. Nobody gave him a chance to get through the first round. His name was Joe Lipson. So Joe goes in the fight, nobody gives him a chance. He actually wins the first round. Commentators are saying, damn, I never thought he'd get out of the first round. Then he goes out and he wins the second round. Commentator says, wow, this guy might have a chance. He goes out and wins the third round. They say, wow, he might upset the middleweight champion. Fourth round, he damn near got killed. Marvin had beat him like a drum. So I saw my buddy a month later. I said, Joe, what happened, man? The big guy hit you and hurt you and you couldn't defend yourself? He said, no. I hit him with my best shot at the end of the third round, and it never fazed me. And I never thought I could win after that. So it's not only what you give, it's how you receive the other guy's best shot. So you're going to get beat on play, but how are you going to play the next play? And how are you going to be relentless to continue down in and down out to when eventually the guy on the other side says, this guy won't give in. I can't beat him. And then you win. So that's important to being a great competitor. It's ability to overcome adversity and sustain things even when they don't go well. So the other guy thinks, this guy's relentless, man. He ain't giving in. I can't beat him. And then you win. So look, guys, this is all about you improving. Our coaches are going to work hard with you to try to help you improve. I want to wish you guys well in your season and appreciate the fact that you're being here, trying to get better, and we're going to try to help you do that. So thank you very much, and roll tide. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach. I need all my coaches in.